What's up, Pirates? Wraith and Jim here with AwakenedTCG, and today we're asking the question: is Katakuri, color yellow, really top three? So we kind of want to talk about Katakuri as a whole in this video today because we're noticing a pattern here. The pre OPO4 hype for yellow was pretty insane. The card shot up in price. Everybody was talking about it. Oh, let's make yellow. It's going to be the best deck. We finally have, some diversity and some tech cards we can put into our decks, and this deck is going to be insane. 25 triggers in the deck and this and that, and people were going crazy about it. And now we have our first tournament. Obviously it's still early. I think we've had two tournaments, but this one gives us clear numbers here. But we've had two tournaments since the beginning of OPO4, and we're going to highlight one in particular that just happened this past weekend. It's Tax Melbourne Regional, and we kind of want to highlight how many leaders there were compared to top 16. So we're going to go ahead and look at the first one. We have Katakuri taking up the most space in that first circle on the right, 59 Katakuris. So out of everybody that joined, I think the tournament had 256 people or somewhere pretty close. Out of 59 players, only 3 made the top 16. That goes to show that this deck, although it might be popular and really good, maybe it's not really a contender for top 3 in the meta. You want to talk about the what we see, the pattern there following that with the law?
Yeah, so Law is at only 30 entrants compared to Katakuri's 59, literally half of the entrants. And there were a total of 4 Laws compared to the 3 Katakuris. So more Laws showed up in the top 16 than Katakuris, even though there were obviously double the Katakuri players in the tournament. If you put Zoro and Law together, they're basically 60 compared to Katakuri 60, and they have a total of 7 showings compared to 3. So a 7-to-3 ratio, basically. I think these two decks, Law and Zoro, they have a decent matchup into Katakuri. Law specifically has a fantastic matchup into Katakuri, and I would probably say that's why we're seeing 4 here. Just because when there's a tournament with 60 Katakuri players and you're playing Law, odds are the majority of your matches are going to be against Katakuri, and you're going to perform very well. So I don't want to say that's the reason Katakuri got low this tournament is because Law is a deck, but I mean, if that is the reason, I think that might be a testament to Katakuri not being in top 3. I don't think the deck is completely overrated, but I would be lying if it did not have a lot of luck-based elements. These red decks as a color, Law, Whitebeard, Zoro, they have been consistent since OPO1 and OPO2, and they continue to be consistent and continue to be topping with very good players, and the very good players that pilot them can always consistently bring out these great placings in the big tournaments. And I don't know if Katakuri really can mirror the same trend there, because if you're a great Katakuri player and you're on 10 Dawn, I mean, the worst Katakuri player and the best Katakuri player are going to do the same thing. They're going to play Big Mom, right? So there's just not a lot of skill expression with the deck, and I think that's one of the big problems that you're going to run into in these regionals.
Yeah, like you're talking about how red is consistent, and some of the best players are on the red decks, and they can consistently perform at a high level, and you see the same players winning and getting top 4, top 8 at online, offline regionals. These players know what they're doing, and red gives them that consistency. Yellow is completely the opposite, right? So your game plan for yellow, it's a lot easier to pilot a deck like Katakuri than it is Law. With Katakuri being so easy to play, I feel like even if you're the best player, the best chances of you having the best run is for you to get lucky on your life triggers, because that's going to make your life easier. You can play the same lines and not get the same results just off of your life triggers. On top of the popularity of Katakuri having so much hype before, and now we're seeing so many people on Katakuri because it's the best deck, it's top 3, let's play it. Now the Laws are coming out of the woodworks and saying, yo, there's going to be a lot of Katakuris here, let's just play Law because that'll give us the edge, right? Zoro, on the other hand, gets completely destroyed by Rebecca, right? So people, kind of just as Rebecca started to show up, people kind of started, waning off on the Zoro a little bit. And so the laws are in a perfect spot right here where we don't have too many Zoros in the meta. Um, and we have a lot of Katakuris because Zoro counters Law. So if there's a lot of Zoros in the meta, you kind of don't want to play Law. You're going to run into a lot of counter matchups, a lot of Fire Fists that are going to ruin your day, ruin your week, ruin your tournament. And so I feel like this is the perfect time for Law to step up and, show great placings again like it did in OPO2. And the biggest takeaway from this is at the beginning of OPO4, my personal opinion was Katakuri was top 3. I had Whitebeard going first, Katakuri going second, Law going third. Now, I'm kind of split on the decision, but I have changed my opinion a little bit. I have Whitebeard going first, I have Law going second, and I'm going to still put Zoro, in that third place spot and giving top 3 all red, top 3, like how we were in OPO3. But yeah, I feel like Katakuri is definitely still in that 4-5 range as far as deck strength. But the best part about that deck is if you can trigger out, you're gonna win out. But if you can't, you won't, and that comes down to luck rather than red, where you have to be consistent.
Yeah, there's a bit of give and take there. Red obviously are still our top 3, arguably, but Katakuri is definitely in that 4-5 spot. And with red being top 3, I think that's fine. I think it would be better than if Katakuri was like the top 1 god deck. If Katakuri was top 1, everybody plays it, and your top 16 is like 70% Katakuri, I think that would be a hellish meta to play in. I don't want to be playing against the Katakuri every single game and praying to the One Piece card game gods that I don't get triggered to death that game. And as much as I hate red, I'd rather play against red than Katakuri every game. So it's a nice spice here and there, but I do not want it to be the number 1 deck. And I think even though it is an annoying deck to play against, and it's a luck-based deck, and I think that is the reason why it will never be in the top 3 as far as I am concerned. Red is not dead, as we've seen for these past 2 regionals. Zoro won the last one, Law wins this one. I'm very surprised Whitebeard has not won, but obviously it is still showing up, and I'm still a firm believer that Whitebeard is top 1. 6 life is just way too good.
Yeah, 6 life definitely feels illegal when you're placing them down. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I don't have a lot. So if you've been following us for a while and subscribe to us, if you aren't, go ahead and stop this video right now, like our video and subscribe to our channel right now. We drop daily, guys. We've been dropping daily for months, and for months to continue, we're going to continue to drop. So make sure to subscribe to us. Getting back on topic though, I do want to say we predicted this Katakuri going to be top 3, and we predicted we voiced our opinion saying that if Katakuri is the a top 2 deck, that meta is definitely going to look worse than if red continues to be the sole winner. And so it's coming true. Red is still definitely on top, and we're glad to see, because like Jim said, if it was Katakuri and 70% of the top 16 is Katakuris, you're literally playing who goes second, who sees more moms, who can get better triggers out of life. And that's just not as fun as actually having a better shot at winning versus maybe a stronger deck like Zoro, but you still have a good chance rather than just losing off luck.
You might as well go to the casino.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Pirates, thank you guys so much for watching. It has been a pleasure speaking to you guys about Katakuri, as some of you may know, Casino Curry. But yeah, I mean, this leader is still definitely strong, and I would still take it to a regional, and you can still definitely place. As you can see here, 3 of them did make the top 16 cut. Definitely don't be scared off by the laws. If you're going to play this deck, practice your lines, practice your matchups, and still go for it. As with any deck, online regionals can be scary, but as long as you're playing the deck you love and you practice your matchups and give some effort into that, you'll do amazing. But I do want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, like our video, comment down below your thoughts on Katakuri, and where would you place him as far as a tier list goes. Would you put him somewhere in the top 5, or would you leave him out of it? I will see you guys on the next video. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.